Welcome to the Test Management Mindset, insights into the world of software testing. The best content by Practitest in audio form, designed to keep you inspired wherever you are. In today's episode, we're on the road to QA excellence, how to increase the value delivered by your testing. Let's get started.
Okay, so we're tackling a big one today.
We are.
Building a killer QA team.
Yeah.
It's something every company wants, right?
Absolutely.
But actually doing it, well,
Easier said than done, right?
there are a ton of articles out there, reports.
A lot of advice out there.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's hard to know where to start.
exactly. And this report, how to increase the value delivered by your testing.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
It's got some seriously good stuff in it. But who's got time to read all that, right?
Right. It's dense.
So we're diving deep today, so you don't have to.
Love it. And you know, what I love about this report is that it reminds us this isn't just about checking boxes, right? It's about building a whole culture of quality.
Oh, I love that.
And it starts with you.
A culture of quality.
Yes.
That should be on a t-shirt or something.
Trademark it.
But seriously, what does that even look like? I mean, where do you even begin?
Well, they spend a lot of time in this report talking about finding the right people, right?
Okay, so it starts with the team.
Absolutely. Because you know how everyone's always saying, we need team players.
Right, that's like the most generic hiring requirement ever.
Exactly. But in QA, it's not just about being a team player. It's about having different kinds of team players.
Oh, interesting. So it's not one size fits all?
Not at all. Think of it like putting together a band, right?
Mhm.
You need your drummer, your bassist.
You got to have that bass player.
Crucial. But you need different skills, different styles.
So you're saying a QA team needs that same kind of variety.
Exactly. You need your detail-oriented folks, those who can pore over lines of code and spot a missing semicolon. Yes. And then you need your big picture thinkers, the ones who can break things in ways you never even imagine.
Let me guess, those are the rock stars.
Maybe. But the point is, you need that mix of experience levels, communication styles, even personalities, because finding those bugs...
It's like detective work, right?
Exactly. And not every detective is Sherlock Holmes.
True, true. And you know what really struck me in this report was this story about, I think it was a high school grad, who just really, really wanted to get into QA.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they ended up being this amazing tester, just a natural...
It's about passion, right?
Yeah.
You can teach someone how to use all the latest testing tools,
Sure.
but you can't teach them that fire in the belly, that drive to find those pesky bugs.
That's so true. You can teach the how, but
Yeah.
not the why.
Exactly. You need people who get genuinely excited about delivering a quality product.
People who get what it means to the user.
Yes, because that's the other thing this report really hits on, knowing your users.
So testers need to be like amateur anthropologists now, studying user behavior in the wild.
Kind of. They are the voice of the customer, right?
Yeah.
So they need to understand how people are actually using the product.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
All of it. Not just what we think they're doing, but what they're actually experiencing out there in the real world.
So scrolling through user forums at 2:00 a.m., that's part of the job description now.
Hey, whatever it takes. Seriously, though, the more your testers understand the why behind the product, the more effectively they can ensure its quality.
Okay, so we've got our passionate team. They're practically living in the minds of our users.
They're ready?
But we're not done yet, are we? Because one thing this report really hammers home is this idea of integrating QA throughout the entire development process.
Oh, 100%. It's not just a final step anymore.
No more tossing it over the fence at the last minute.
Nope. We need developers thinking about quality from day one.
So it's less about catching bugs and more about preventing them in the first place.
Exactly. It's a mindset shift.
And that takes time, communication, the right tools.
All of it. You know what really made me happy to see? They actually called out Excel.
Oh, yeah, they went there.
They said it. Excel is not a testing tool.
Mic drop.
Seriously, though, having the right tools makes all the difference.
Couldn't agree more. But this deep dive, it doesn't stop at just the day-to-day, does it? There's this whole other level here about creating a vision for your QA team.
Right. This is where we go from tactical to strategic.
Love it. So paint me a picture. What are we talking about here?
Think bigger picture. It's not just about the next product release. It's about where you want your QA team to be in 3-5 years.
Okay, so long-term vision, I like it. But how do we get them there?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
So we're talking individual career paths within QA.
Yeah, it's like we were saying before.
Right, about different kinds of team players?
Everyone has their strengths, right?
Totally. And this report actually digs into that.
It does. It talks about how important it is to recognize that not everyone wants to be a manager.
And that's okay.
Exactly. Some
Right.
people, they
Yeah.
thrive on the technical stuff.
In nitty-gritty.
Yeah, maybe they want to become automation experts or specialize in performance testing, security testing.
Becoming like the gurus in their niche.
Exactly. They get to go deep, really master their craft.
I love that. And it makes the whole team stronger.
100%.
Okay.
It's like you've got your toolbox.
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
You've got your hammer, your screwdriver,
Essential tools
but sometimes you need that like specialized wrench.
to get the job done right.
Exactly. And that's what having these specialized roles in QA.
It's like having the right tool for the job.
Yes. It brings that extra level of expertise and, it keeps things interesting for everyone.
Keeps people engaged, challenged.
Exactly. And when people are challenged, they grow.
And this report really emphasizes that whole growth mindset.
It does. It talks a lot about professional development.
And not just like the generic kind
Right. Not just sending everyone to the same training.
about tailoring it. Right.
Yes.
Giving people the opportunity to develop the skills
That they're actually passionate about.
that will help them, move forward in their careers.
And the report even talks about setting aside dedicated time.
Yes. Time for learning, for experimentation.
Because the tech world moves so fast.
So fast. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah, exactly. We need our QA teams to be ahead of the curve.
To be the innovators.
And that takes a willingness to try new things,
It
right?
does. It takes some calculated risk-taking.
Which can be scary.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But you've got to break a few eggs.
To make an omelet.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're saying it's okay to make mistakes, to experiment.
As long as we learn from them. And that's where having that open communication comes in. Yeah. They talk a lot about feedback in this report.
It's crucial, and it's not just about, annual reviews.
What's the nuance there?
It's about creating a culture where feedback,
It's ongoing. Yeah.
where people feel comfortable speaking up.
Sharing their ideas.
Both the good and the bad, because how else are we going to improve, right?
Exactly. And the QA team, they're on the front lines.
They see it all.
So their feedback, it's invaluable.
It is. And, sometimes that feedback,
Yeah.
it might lead to some tough conversations.
Oh, absolutely.
Like what happens when someone on your team,
Yeah.
they want to move into a different role?
Maybe one that's not even in QA.
Exactly. It happens. People's interests evolve.
And that can be hard.
Right.
To lose someone you've trained, mentored,
It can, but, it's also a chance.
to show them you support their growth.
Exactly. Even if it means letting them go.
Because ultimately, it's about what's best for them.
And you know what? That kind of support,
Yeah.
it creates a culture of trust and respect.
Which is priceless.
Absolutely. People remember that, and it often comes back around.
So building a killer QA team.
It's about more than just,
Skills and tools.
so much more. It's about those human elements.
The passion, the collaboration, the trust,
It's about building a culture.
where quality thrives.
Exactly.
It's about building a team that's not just like checking things off a list.
Right. It's about going beyond the bare minimum.
It's about that pursuit of excellence, that passion for quality.
Yes. And that's what makes a QA team truly exceptional.
And the cool thing is, it's not like there's an end point, right? It's not like, okay, we've achieved quality, we're done.
Never done. It's an ongoing process, always evolving.
Always learning, always improving.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so exciting.
So where do we even go from here? We've covered so much ground today.
We have.
Finding the right people, empowering them, giving them the tools.
Creating that culture of trust and open communication.
All of it. It's a lot to take in.
It is, but it's worth it.
Because ultimately, it's
Yeah.
about delivering amazing experiences to our users.
100%. That's the end goal here.
And that's not just on the QA team, is it? It's a team effort.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone has a role to play.
From developers to designers, product managers, even the executives.
Yep. Quality is everyone's responsibility.
So you're saying QA isn't just a department, it's like...
It's a mindset.
Exactly.
And when that mindset is embraced throughout the entire organization,
that's when the magic happens.
that's when you see those aha moments.
Those innovative solutions, those real breakthroughs.
Because everyone's aligned, everyone's working towards the same goal.
Wow. You've given us a lot to think about today.
My pleasure.
I feel like I need to go back and listen to this whole deep dive again.
Always happy to spark a good conversation.
But before we wrap up, any final words of wisdom for our listeners?
Just this. building a killer QA team, it takes time, it takes effort, but it's
Right.
one of the best investments you can make.
Because when you have a great QA team,
It shows.
it shows in the quality of your product and the happiness of your users.
And in the success of your business.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So that's it for this deep dive into the world of building exceptional QA teams. Until next time, keep those bugs at bay and keep striving for that culture of quality.
Here!